Yeah,
Yani.
yeah, Nia.
Yeah, and like, hey, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Yeah,
Sanibonani.
welcome. Yeah, sure, Sanbonani Mzansi. It's that time again of the week when football meets fire, analysis meets attitude, and the game meets the people. I'm telling you, welcome to Let's Argue, the only show where football isn't just discussed, it's diagnosed. I'm your boy, Tiwolava Ultra, featuring Fanroy. The mood engineer will
Hola.
be joining us later on. Listen, today is going to be a jam-packed show. Fanroy,
Sure, sure.
Chapuzet,
I'm alright and you.
Ulay Kalalani.
Like lekker bij mijn kanten en bij jouw kanten.
Complaining doesn't help. Aram maar daram.
Yeah. Yeah, si songke.
Yeah, sure. Big PS for Soul is a pleasure. We're ready to get down to the business because there's some teams this weekend. Oh, dearie me. They need a prayer more than they need tactics.
Yeah,
If I
Nia.
do it.
And the man who reads the football, like he has a PhD in thesis, um, the walking encyclopedia, Mr. Football, footnotes himself, none other than me. It's Roy Destroy coming at you live. Let us cook, bruh. Let us cook. So the fixtures for this weekend, they are not just fixtures, man. They are like episodes. Your favorite series that you're watching. So let us binge watch, man.
No, I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, tighten your seatbelts because we're diving straight into La Liga action. We're back in Spain, and the weekend action is kicking off tonight, where we'll be seeing Valencia entertaining Levante at the Mestalla Stadium. We open with the two teams who are trying very hard not to get relegated from La Liga. Valencia is sitting in 17th place, whilst Levante are sitting in 18th place. Um, one mistake from Valencia, they're going down to the second division. This is not just a match. This is where the rent is due. How do you see this coming along, Van Roy?
Yeah, I see Valencia. Valencia have lost four in the last six games, so it's gonna be tough. Like only just scoring four goals in that period. It's a tough period for them, man. The
Yeah.
XG on goal is collapsing. They are conceding. They're not creating enough chances. There's half spaces because the double pivot is not connecting. It's just disconnect, wire, bro. I'm telling you, their defense leaks more than ESCOM's units.
Hey, bro, don't even go there, bro. Next thing you know, load shedding starts all over again. Levante, for one, are probably the worst team in La Liga in terms of their defensive record. 28 goals conceded so far. It's
Sure.
crazy, and it's not even January already. Away from
Imagine.
home, they've picked up 2 points all season. But Valencia haven't at home also been the best team. As you've said, the last four matches, it's been real. And this is a real relegation dogfight. A 6 pointer disguised as a Friday night appetizer, big boss. Shit is crazy.
Yeah, so basically, this is stressful football. There's no joy for them, there's no happiness. They just need
Mm,
prayer. We need to ask
mm.
everyone to keep them in prayer.
Yeah, no, this is crazy, bro. This is crazy, bro. So after that, we're going to be seeing FC Barcelona entertaining Athletic Bilbao. Barcelona finally returned to the camp now, revamped camp now, and not finished the camp now. I promise you, it's going to be excitement flowing through the stands. The trauma will be on the pitch, and I'm telling you, FC Barcelona will try to bring on their very best game. Man, I'm not used to talking about small clubs, Van Roy, man. This is why you see my tongue is getting all twisted. I'm not used to talking about small clubs. Yeah, but what's your take on this, big boss?
I look, Barca still keeps their chin up from scraping that win against Elche. They had a 71% possession. but only 5 shots on target. I mean, that's a bit poor for a club of that stature. Something is really, really off. I can't really put my finger on it. But Rafinha is coming back, and we want to see that transitional threat from him again.
But don't forget that on the other side, there is Nico Williams, the guy who chose to renew with Athletic Bilbao rather than to sign for FC Barcelona. The boy is electric. The boy is averaging 0.34 assists per 90 games, second highest among the under 23s in La Liga. Bilbao are sitting seventh, and they are unbeaten in their last five games. Excuse me. This fixture, I don't think will be easy for Barcelona. They have conceded the first in their past five games, and the manner in which things are shaping up, I think, though they will be spurred on by the fact that they've returned to their spiritual home, which is the Camp Nou. And I think this will be a tricky tie for Athletic Bilbao.
Yeah, that's true. And even if you look at Barcelona's form, like you said, they conceded in the first 5 games of the last 8 league games. That is a bit of a concern, but not to worry. Let's not forget it's Yamal versus Nico, huh? The future of Spain. It's gonna be a derby for the ages. We're gonna see those two young boys battling out on the field, and yeah, we hope to see fireworks, man. Eh?
Do you think Lamine will ensure that Nico regrets what's this renewing with Bilbao in this game?
Yeah, I think he's gonna wanna prove a point. He's gonna say, you know what, you are shining where you are, but listen, this is the top dog. I'm the top dog. Huh?
Uh, yeah, no, literally after that, big boss, we're gonna see Real Betis entertaining Girona on Sunday.
Yeah, and that is also gonna be a cracker. Betis are currently fifth in the league, while
Yeah.
Girona is having an identity crisis. They don't know who they are anymore. They only registered like 2 wins from the last 6 games. Without Isco, I don't know. Hey, and Betis rely on Anthony and Luis Enrique to like basically
Yeah.
progress the play. So we'll see. Girona's issue is quite simple. They cannot defend transitions. We'll see what happens there. That's going to be a cracker to watch. They conceded 11 goals from counter attacks. Imagine that 11 goals, bro. That's a lot. That's crazy. Huh? The
Yeah,
most in the league, actually.
if Andrew, you know the funny part is where you say they have a simple problem. How can you say that about a team that's sitting in last place on the log, big boss? This is crazy. If Betis
They
score
just,
first, if Betis
yeah.
score first, ball game is over, big boss. I don't want to lie to you.
Yeah, that's true. And then also we have Getafe and Atletico Madrid. That will happen on Sunday. It's gonna be a
Hmm?
Madrid derby.
Yeah, I'm telling you, every time these teams meet, we're gonna get the feisty affair. We're gonna get cards, we're gonna get fouls, we're gonna get shoulder challenges. It's like back to the 1940s because both sides play a similar brand of football.
Yeah, no, sure. And Atleti, if you look at it, they are unbeaten in 8 games versus Getafe. We'll see what Morata's goal XG is gonna look like. I know that it dropped, but the Depay is now averaging a goal contribution in every 93 minutes that he actually played. Getafe at home, only one loss in 7. So we'll see how that pans out, eh?
Yeah, Atleti need the 3 points to stay in the title race, so to speak. If they draw, I think it will be fair because Getafe is a difficult place to go, and they might just drift after getting maybe a draw away to this Getafe side. And then the penultimate game will be Elche entertaining Real Madrid. What's your take on this, big boss?
Yo, that is it's Madrid ne. I know it's your team ne, and you're gonna wanna defend them ne, but they can be sloppy at times. And to get Elche at home, it's gonna be a bit tough. But I think that your team is gonna come out with a win.
Yeah, I think it remains to be seen because Madrid haven't kept a clean sheet in their last six away games. Elche play a very high pressing game, and they really force the mistakes, you know. But Los Blancos have Jude Bellingham, and they have Kylian Mbappe, who's the top scorer in the league, and of
Sure.
course he's in the Golden Boot race. We're not even halfway through the season, and already he's firing on all cylinders. But Real Madrid were unable to score in the last two games that they played. The one was being the defeat at Anfield, and the other one was last week at the Vallecas Stadium or a week and a half ago at the Vallecas Stadium when they faced off against the Rayo Vallecano. So this will be an interesting tie because
Yeah, that's true. We're gonna see what happens there, but I am sure that Madrid will come out with a win. It's not gonna be easy, and like you said, if Madrid can score firstly, ne, early actually in the game, and then they will actually kill off the home crowd. And once they have that, you know that the 12 men is in their pocket, they walk away with 8 points, and that's that.
Then let's move on to the English Premier League. The English Premier League returns this weekend.
Yo,
Yeah,
do you
and
know how happy
first
am
things
I
first.
that it is returning? Bruh, I've said yeah now for 2 weeks now. I even watched the series finish. I was like, yo, I'm not watching international football. This is my home. EPL, Baba. So,
EPL.
yeah. So,
EPL,
just,
you know, they're small teams, man. They're small
it's all
teams.
right. Small
I'm
teams,
kidding.
they beat big
I'm
teams.
kidding. I'm
Yeah.
kidding. I'm kidding.
Small
I'm
teams, they
kidding.
beat big teams. We showed you flames, Baba. Just get
I'm kidding.
married,
I'm
bruh.
kidding. I'm kidding.
So,
Tell us about the first clash where we're going to see Bendy entertaining Chelsea.
yeah, so the first clash is Burnley versus Chelsea. Burnley are the second. They actually have the second worst defense in the league. They conceded 34 goals so far, and we'll see. You know that wonder kid of Chelsea, man, Estavao. Like, yeah, that boy is just
Yeah.
cooking. Huh?
Yeah,
He's
yeah, yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
cooking. He's one of the rising superstars in that squad. Um, and he has now been involved in 6 goals in the last 7 appearances. So like whenever he comes on, even if he comes on as a sub, bro, I'm telling you, that boy makes changes, bro.
But then let me ask you this, Van Roy. What happens when Cole Palmer comes back?
It's gonna be a tough one. I think Cole Palmer will have to fight. He's gonna have to fight his way back into that starting 11. I think they're gonna wanna ease him back into the team. They won't just give him that full 90 minutes because he's been out for a while. And you know what it can happen to a player.
But then, tell me this: can you see Enzo Maresca playing the both of them at the same time?
I think he can make it happen. He's going to have to chop and change a bit here and there, but he can make it happen. If it does make it happen, I'm telling you, they're gonna have a fire squad.
You need to take into account that Burnley can't defend set pieces, big boss, and Chelsea they live for the set pieces. This could get very ugly, you know.
Yeah, it really, really could. And just to add on to that, ne, if you look at what Burnley, how they play, their style of play, they don't accommodate that set pieces. Like I don't know what they do in training, but they need to formulate something solid to block off that set pieces, and that's how a lot of teams score goals from set pieces.
Yeah, well, I guess if you're the world champs, then you are definitely the favorites, and you need to find a way to win these games. After
Yeah,
this, we're
true.
going to see Liverpool entertaining Nottingham Forest back at the cup. Do you think Arne Slot will maybe find a way to stop the bleeding?
Yo, this is gonna be a tough one. Remember, ne? I think when the season started, ne, we played against Burnley and we played at their home. So it's gonna be a challenge for us. I know that for us they have that press aggression, ne? And
Yeah.
they gonna be relentless, and they are second best in the league when it comes to that. When they're pressing, actually, Liverpool's midfield is still inconsistent without Soboslai, but we'll see how that goes. But Forest they concede late goals, so that's also a weakness that they have. 8 goals conceded after the 75th minute, that can be a problem for them. The Klopp era at Liverpool used to feast on that. So yeah, we'll see. It's gonna be a cracker. I'm telling you, it's gonna be a cracker.
Yeah. Fandro, you need to stop living in the past. Liverpool's backs are against the wall. Form is dipping and the confidence is certainly wobbling.
Yeah, and then we're gonna see Newcastle versus Man City. Woo, this is the fixture. I'm telling you, my friend. Newcastle at home, they can be lethal. They registered 5 wins in their last six at the St James City. Though they are also sometimes become like unpredictable, yet at times they become so vulnerable, and Haaland can exploit that. With Haaland having 11 goals and Foden averaging actually on a 3.2 key passes per match, he's gonna wanna feed Haaland that ball, and they're gonna punish them. But I believe that it's gonna be a tough one. Newcastle also signed this guy. What's his name? Voltemade. He's
Yes,
also
the German.
yeah, he's lethal when he has the ball. So it's gonna be exciting watch. What do you think?
Yeah, one of Newcastle's weaknesses is open wide channels, and City can definitely exploit this. But do you maybe see an upset on the cards, or will City be too strong for this Newcastle side?
I think there could be an upset. Just like I said, when City played against Aston Villa, there is gonna be an upset. So this is a much stronger team, and they're higher up the table than what's this Aston Villa. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen there. And I just want fireworks, man. That's all. I want it to be a box to box game, and that's it.
Yeah, I'll be rooting for Newcastle to maybe spur on an upset, because I think it would be great for the competition this campaign if something like that could happen. Throw a spanner in the works, so to speak.
Oh,
Then after that, we'll see Arsenal entertaining Spurs. This will be another London derby. Yeah, mama, hey, yeah, mama, hey,
so
yeah, mama, hey,
Lebza.
yeah, mama, hey. This guy's not connected yet.
It's the movie cell,
Yo,
Moss.
it's
It's the movie style,
Tekateki.
lad. Yeah?
Mtwana. Like I think my internet is
Hey,
already in
hey, hey.
December.
He's
You
like,
know?
Hey,
Baba,
MIG, are you wearing a polar neck there? What's going on?
Now this guy's wearing purple
My
to
movie said
support
it's bad, bad,
GPP.
bad. But look,
He's even wearing a polar
Yebo.
neck, Lani.
Yebo.
Under hoodie.
Bruh, me, I came here to tell all the men that they need to, don't
Sure.
GPV, be nice, keep your hands to yourself, So I'm representing for the Oaks, Li,
Right, that
Li,
means
Li,
you.
Li. So
Oh, where do I come in?
Right, that means you.
yeah.
You need to stop mooring Vito, brah. You can't do that to Vito.
I'm gonna tell him.
Yeah. Hey, gents,
Nah,
so
I don't put hands
we
on the
have a London
woman.
No,
derby
I
on
look,
the
don't put
card.
hands on the woman.
Hey, gents, we have a London
no, so
derby
the
on the
London
card.
Derby dog does. No, this is not just football, bruh. This is tribalism, dog.
Bruh, I'm telling you, Arsenal are still unbeaten. They have the best defensive record in the league. Spurs are chaotic but explosive, and scoring the second most goals in the league.
Yeah, we're gonna see. We're gonna see if they can live up to that, and we'll see. Thomas Frank has lost the dressing room. That's the vibes that I'm getting there, man. But yeah, these derbies, but they break your logic, man. Like they really, really do. It's gonna be another
Mm.
exciting watch. I know that Spurs are gonna wanna prove a point, and Arsenal is gonna wanna retain the top. They're gonna wanna try and build from uh them being number one. And yeah, we'll see what happens. I hope they don't drop points, because if they do, we are on their tails. Man City is there, Baba.
Wait, we are on
No,
the tail.
no,
You're a
Arsenal
Liverpool
fans,
fan,
Yeah.
but you're a
and
Liverpool
he's
fan,
somewhere
bro.
like in seventh or something.
Hey, now what are
and
you
he's
talking
I
probably in
about?
seventh or something, but
What are you
he's
I
talking
am
like he's City. Anyway,
Hey,
Bra,
this
anything can
hey,
happen.
shut up. What is he talking
Anything can
about? What are you
happen,
talking
dog.
about?
no, I hear you. Anything can definitely happen. But look, um, uh, Arsenal definitely need to keep their heads up. Obviously, City are not having an easy game that you spoke about earlier with Newcastle. So, how City perform will also determine how Arsenal perform. If they're playing at different times and City wins, then Arsenal will definitely put in a very hard performance. However, sometimes that does backfire because then you're playing with the heart. You're not playing to enjoy. Let's get
Sure.
into the CAF Champions League. Obviously, some teams like Chiefs and Sundowns are representing, while others, well, they shall be in Orlando at some
Mm.
tavern having a
I
sip.
like it for the Pirates. I like it for the Pirates. Yeah, so in Kiev, in Kiev, sorry Tibo, sorry. In Kiev, we have Sundowns versus El Saint Eloi Lupopo. Sounds like Limpopo, but anyway, Sundowns will
Mhm.
be at home, and we know
Yeah,
that their home is a fortress. They have 12 wins in their last 13 Kiev home matches. It's gonna be a cracker. Cardoso's men understand the assignment, and I just hope they step up to the plate. What do you think, Thibaut?
I'm telling you, dude, Lupopo defend deep, Lani. But Sundowns are averaging 64% possession in their CAF games. They're really choking the life out of their opposition, and I think they will do everything to continue in this vein to suffocate them and hoping that something will give and maybe they'll be able to score those goals that they need to take on the return leg.
Yeah, sure. And then we're
and
also
isn't
gonna
Lupopo the
see.
team that took out Pirates
I think it is. I
with
think
that
it is.
guy?
Look at his
With that guy
reaction.
with
Look
the
at
red
his
hair.
reaction.
Yeah, with the guy with the red hair
Yeah,
that
these
took the
things happen,
spoils.
man.
No, let's hope he
Yeah.
does the
Yeah,
same
these
thing to
things happen, man.
Sundowns so that then you can be happy that you guys were not the only ones. However, obviously, as a patriot of the country, we hope Sundowns does obviously win just so that we have more
Sure.
options of winning a star or whatever they give away when you win these competitions. Roy, Stellenbosch versus AS Otoho.
So we'll see Stellies back in action. Stellies are all in on Kef. Um, they have rotated heavily in the PSL. We'll see how the coach is gonna choose that squad. Although, ne, Otoho, they are physical and they are aggressive, and we'll see where the battle lines are gonna be drawn. We're gonna see who's gonna step up to the plate, and we're gonna see who's their soldiers, who's their frontline soldiers.
True.
Yeah,
Thibaut,
this
your
will
favorite
definitely be
team.
crazy. This will definitely be crazy because El Masiri will be entertaining Kaiser Chiefs. Amakosi will be away, and Kaiser Chiefs' injuries are piling up. They have 8 injuries to their first team, and they are way in North Africa. This is going to be a test of their character. If they escape with only a 1 goal deficit, then that's certainly a victory. If they manage to keep a clean sheet, then that is almost a perfect result.
Sure.
Oh yeah, the games in Africa. Seeing that obviously Chiefs is the only one that took a flight. They're definitely difficult. With the two other home teams, Sundowns and Stellenbosch, playing in South Africa, that should also give us at least a bit of an advantage to actually at least create a gap so that when we go that side, where we've got a good one. With Kaiser Chiefs, I agree, Timo, with your sentiment. A 1-0 goal deficit is not bad. It allows us to then also, put in our own footsteps when we play against them. Let's go to the country that hasn't qualified for the World Cup.
Ish, yeah, no.
Yeah, yeah. So we're back to Serie A. It's Serie A on Broadway. Thibaut's favorite league. So we have
Mhm,
Fiorentina versus Juve. Fiorentina currently are at the bottom, while Juve
mhm.
is actually climbing up the table. We'll see Pioli fighting for his job once again. Fiorentina have conceded 18 goals in the last
Yo,
7 matches. That is kind of crazy if you look at it. Imagine
yo.
you scored less, ne? You conceded 18 goals. That's double figures in the matches that you
Tibo,
actually
what do you
played.
have to say for your league, Tibo?
No, no, listen, Fiorentina are really in a bad state. I really don't think this renaissance or this return from Stefano Pioli has worked out the way everybody else had envisioned. Juve, on the other hand, are away, and their form is also shaky. They just have one win in five away games. This could get
Yo,
emotional. This could get emotional because under normal circumstances, this is supposed to be a derby.
but remember,
Yeah,
Italians are emotional anyway, so it will be emotional regardless of what the score is.
yeah.
And obviously, the best player in the Serie A is Scott McTominay. Imagine, what a league! What a league!
Yeah,
Mm,
Mara McTominay, when he was at Manchester United, they didn't know how to use him.
yeah.
In the youth ranks, he was a number 9. He was a striker. Then when
Mm.
he gets promoted to the first team, they make him a number 6. What do you call that?
And Cristiano couldn't dominate Syria, but look at McTominay. Anyway, let's
What
go
are you
to the
talking
next
about?
one. I
Cristiano
see,
couldn't dominate the
uh,
Serie A.
I
Yeah,
see,
Cristiano
I
scored
see.
101 goals in Serie A, Baba. Yeah.
No, look, I see Napoli are taking on Atalanta. This should be a good match, Roy.
Yeah, so and Atalanta actually sacked Juric after that blow up with Lukman. Yo, that was fire. Huh? Napoli are back to scoring ways. They actually scored 7 goals in the last three. And you are right, Lebza. McTominay is the best player that they have going forward.
Mm, yeah, definitely. But I'm happy for
Yeah, this
Lukman.
could be a banana peel game, eh?
Yeah. Who you got your money on?
In this clash, Napoli and Atalanta.
Yeah.
My money is on Napoli because Atalanta they just sacked Ivan Juric, so I
Mm.
think they're there for the taking. Unless whoever is taking over as a caretaker coach or unless he can rally up the players, I don't see
Mm.
them. I don't see them going to the Diego Maradona Stadium and getting a win.
But
Yeah,
they say
I
change is as good as a holiday, bruh.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
we'll
true.
see.
That's true. I also give it to Napoli though. I think they got a good squad. I know that McTominay is gonna shine for them.
No, definitely the best player in the Serie A. Anyway, I get to Inter and AC Milan, the derby. Can you say it, Tibo? I like how you pronounce it in Italia. How do they say it?
It's the Derby de Madonnina.
Aish, are you eating spaghetti at home? You. while
Yeah.
we
Derby
while we
del
eat pop,
Madonnina.
while we eat
Yeah,
pop, you eat
definitely.
spaghetti.
Yeah.
I'm saying while we eat pop, you
No,
eat
his wife has
spaghetti.
got him
That's
on
how
an
you know
eating
these
plan.
things.
He's now eating
No, I'm also
macaroni
eating puff.
only.
I'm eating puff immediately after the show. What are you talking about? Yeah.
No, I don't believe you. Roy, he's definitely eating macaroni this one. But look,
Yeah,
the San Siro, the lights, the rivalry older than some countries. Yugoslavia, Czechoslovakia, telling you they were not even there. Um, uh, so now I'm thinking this has to be what saves the Serie A this season. Modric should show up. Obviously, Inter were the team last year by being in the final. Can they bring that spirit back? Roy, your thoughts?
yeah. So I think Inter they will want to prove a point. They at home. They're gonna want to shine in front of their fans, and Inter have actually won four in the last five derbies. So that's gonna be a clash of the
Mm-hmm.
Titans. They're the strongest team in Serie A at the moment. They have the best defense. I believe that they have the best attack as well, and they have the highest goal XG. Thibaut, what do you think?
But you must also take into account that Milan. Milan, though, they're playing with a lot of anger these days. I think the arrival of Luka Modric has reinvigorated some of the players. We're gonna
Mm-hmm.
see some beautiful duels. Rafael Leao versus Benjamin Pavard.
Yeah.
Who's the Argentinian striker, Lebza? Lautaro
Uh,
Martinez.
oh,
Martinez,
Lautaro
yeah.
Martinez.
Martinez,
Yeah,
yeah,
no. It's
versus
gonna.
Fikayo Tomori. It's gonna be crazy. We're gonna see Hakan Chananoglu go 1-on-1 against Luka Modric. It's gonna be a good tie, I promise.
No, Serie A needs to buy a lot of really good foreigners now. The mafia needs to stop eating the money. I think what happened was the big mafias like your Berlusconi, if I pronounce his name right, you know,
Silvio Berlusconi.
yeah, once they were caught and they had to do time, some of their things had to be now above board. So they never had this money that they could just buy Kaka, they could just buy R9, they could just buy whoever. So now I'm hoping that everything goes back so that they can buy, because a tough Italy is good with the tough Spain, a mediocre EPL, and also a tough, what you call, Bayern Munich. I don't say Bundesliga because
Hey
you
Lebza.
never get a tough Bundesliga. Hmm?
Hey Lebza. Hey Lebza, just on that. Doesn't this remind you of what's happening at Barcelona? You know,
What's happening at Barcelona?
you know, where on the street is that they asked Robert Lewandowski to stop scoring goals because they couldn't afford to pay Bayern Munich a bonus.
Oh no,
Hmm?
I saw that one. I would do that one too if I
Your
was a
movie
businessman.
said you would what?
No, I saw that one too myself, and I would have done the same thing if I was a businessman. Ask him, just
You
save us
don't
some
say.
money. We'll pay you some
I
money.
win.
I would have
And
said that.
Yeah.
Barca don't have
But
money.
look, let's get to the prop of the week. There are three options, guys. You give me yours. Is it Congo qualifying for the World Cup? Obviously, a historic moment for them. Is it Hakimi voted the Ballon d'Or of Africa? Or is it McTominay turning into Braveheart?
Your favorite
Which
movie.
one would you? Yeah, oh, different movie, ne?
Yeah. On my
Yeah,
side,
so which? Mm-hmm,
I give it to Congo, ne, for qualifying for a World Cup. It's not an easy thing to do, and it's like you said,
mm-hmm,
it's historic for them. So they're gonna
mm.
wanna make us proud, and I'm behind them as well. Every African team, so I give it to Congo.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm going.
Tibo.
I'm going with Ashraf Hakimi. Being voted the
Mm,
best player in Africa is no easy feat. It's well
yeah.
deserved considering the season that he had with Paris Saint-Germain last year. So I'm definitely going with him.
No,
And you
definitely
left.
he is one of the best. He is one of the best fullbacks that you can get around the world. I think in last year's form, when they won Champions League, he was definitely the best. Yeah, but I would also go with Hakimi. You know, I definitely agreed with the voters to say Hakimi definitely deserved it. What they did with PSG, he was strong. There was a match where he really stood up and actually scored goals. So nice one for him. In terms of the flop of the week, obviously, we've got Tibo's favorite coach, Gattuso, crying foul about the qualification rules. Italy should just qualify. You know, we are 4 times champions. We should qualify. Or
We
Nigeria blaming science for their World Cup exit. Or the Tuchel versus Bellingham, the beef that nobody asked for. Who is your flop of the week?
So I would go with Gattuso. Instead of crying, you know what? Just show up, do your best, be the best, and win the game.
Mm,
That's it, man. Like that's all that we ask for. Instead of
yeah.
crying over qualification rules, rules this, rules that, rules are always gonna be there. But guess what?
Mm,
If you are better at doing what you are doing,
mm.
you will make your point known. You will stand out from everyone else. Instead of crying, I think that they should just they could have done better. I say Gattuso for me.
I
Yeah.
couldn't agree with you more. Before we go to you, Tibo, because I'm sure yours will be anything to do with Jabulani Bengu, but let me just add on to the Gattuso area here because I agree. First of all, Africa only still gets 9 spots in the World Cup qualifying, while Europe gets around 19 spots. Like we've got the same amount of countries. Do you understand? And our countries are bigger. If you take Europe and put it on Africa, it doesn't fill up the whole Africa. So I just think from that point, it's totally unfair that they have 19, we've got 9, and he's still crying that he should be there. Rather give us maybe 14 and then allow them maybe to have 16. But we need more spots in there. But obviously, would white people pay to watch just black people running around? I don't think so. I don't think so. So imagine that's why having more African teams obviously gives African teams more of an opportunity to win the World Cup. So now picture it's the quarterfinal stage and all teams are from Africa. I'm telling you, they'll be mad. They'll be kicking themselves. It's the semi-final. All 4 teams are from Africa. South Africa versus Congo versus Ghana versus the DRC or Morocco. They'll be like, oh no, look what we did. Look what we did. So I don't think they want to see that.
Yeah,
They'd rather see their other countries that are represented by them, because obviously when Argentina wins, Spain is happy because they colonized them. They speak Spanish. You understand? So yeah, sorry for a long tirade by Gattuso. Sorry, man. You got mud on your face. You're a big disgrace. And I'm hoping that they don't actually qualify.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you, Jens. I think Gennaro Gattuso, um, maybe he was trying to save face because, honestly
Mm,
speaking, this Italian national side they haven't been good for a long time, and he actually failed. And this tirade that he made about the qualification rules, it actually
mm,
highlighted his ignorance and his
mm,
arrogance. The European teams not only have the World Cup qualifiers, but also the UEFA Nations League as a buffer
mm,
help them to get to the World Cup tournament. There's 19 places for them, and they still cannot qualify. How can you not
mm.
qualify when you have to play against Lithuania, Armenia?
Armenia,
yeah,
Come on.
yeah,
Liechtenstein.
yeah.
If you look at the CONMEBOL division or the CONMEBOL the CONMEBOL qualifiers, some of the South American teams need to play Brazil twice. Some of them need to
Mm,
play Argentina twice. Some of them need to play Colombia twice. Some of them
mm.
need to go to Bolivia at a high
Uganda.
altitude where they can't even breathe.
Yeah.
And then Gennaro Gattuso is going to show up about playing against Lithuania. Yeah. I think
Yeah,
he's definitely the flop of the week, and he showed arrogance and ignorance that the Europeans actually have.
Yeah.
It's just another level of
No,
entitlement, and I think
entitlement.
this is
Yeah.
testament to how poor they are right now.
It
yeah,
smells like entitlement. A
yeah.
lot like
That's true.
entitlement.
That's true. That's 100% true. I also saw something that it was a post. I don't know who was the coach. They saying that Africa have too many spots, and I was like, look at this guy. If you look at the European teams, like you said, Lebza, they have a lot of spots to fill in the
Mm,
World Cup, and we only get 9. It is really, really unfair. They
mm,
really don't want to
And
give us.
most of and when Van Roy, most of those slots are filled up by weak nations. No offense,
Exactly.
because
mm.
when these tournaments roll around, we expect Germany, we expect Spain. In fact, we expect the usual suspects. I don't need
Yeah.
to point them out. We expect to see
Mm,
the usual suspects getting into the knockout stages. If they don't, then
yeah.
we know that they're probably going through a phase or some type of hiatus.
Mm,
This is why
mm.
things are not going well. So I
Yeah.
They've
think
made it easy for themselves.
yeah, so I think Gianni Infantino, maybe he should be given props for at least opening it up and maybe ensuring that there are more teams that can participate. But with regards to the European teams and Gennaro Gattuso complaining about the qualification process, he just needs to put a sock in it. Or you know what? In the
Mm.
words of John Obi McCain, he can fuck off.
Yeah. Hey, Lebza, Lebza. Uh,
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
want to ask you this, ne? How does it feel going back to camp? No. I saw there was also a post whereby uh look at Tibo. I also saw there was a post whereby Messi went to camp no and he like took a
Yeah.
picture just sitting here looking into the lights and
Hmm.
it actually had more likes and more views than Cristiano Ronaldo meeting up with that fluke of a president. What's his
Ah,
name?
bruh,
Trump.
bruh. First of all, Camp Nou was a stadium that, like when Muslims say they want to go to Mecca. I
Sure.
wanted to go to Camp Nou. When I
The
went,
Holy
bruh,
Grail.
it was. I felt Ndwana, like I felt like my blood was connecting. My wife will tell you we were sitting there in the stands singing the Bagana song. Like, so I can understand what Messi felt like again, just going
Wait,
back
wait, wait,
now.
wait. Lebza. Lebza, don't lie on the live stream. You don't even know the lyrics. You don't even know the
Oh,
lyrics.
Let him
oh,
sing.
so, so, ora tola sara, bola to bola re, shira bola re, da da da, wa da 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 da. I still party 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 da da. Lost away. You should hear it in the stadium, Timo. Hear it in the stadium. Everyone is singing, dog. You're just like, I can't believe
Yeah,
it
Tibo,
that I'm
that
actually
man.
here. And then I was lucky, Messi scored. You know,
Yeah. Hey, Tibo, that man just gave us a live concert for free. What do you feel?
Yeah, I know if this was
yeah,
idle, then he would
yeah.
make it to the wooden mics, eh?
Yeah, Nia.
Yeah, sure,
And
gents.
I mean, I'm a wooden mic, 100%.
And it sounds like that guy that will
All
say
right,
shine
so
bright like a bright
a
man.
great weekend ahead. A week or two of internet.
The movie cell is not movie
Moby
selling.
sell.
Van Roy.
Moby selling. It's doing its job, Baba. You know, if you pay for a cheap phone, you're gonna get everything that comes cheap and for free.
Oh, Van Roy, you can't say that. Oh, Van Roy, you can't say it's a cheap food. Don't say that, Van Roy.
It's a bit pricey now. Yeah, so we're gonna wrap it up. Lebza,
Hello.
are you with us?
All right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But my
What's
network
going
just keeps on
on?
moving, and then I don't hear you guys. I'm definitely gonna improve and contact my. I'm gonna contact
Sponsor.
my internet provider because my network is bad.
These things happen. Every time we start talking about Barcelona, your thing just starts buffering and stuff. Every time you talk about Barcelona, it starts buffering and stuff. But that's neither here or there. Hey, gents, thanks for the great show. To our viewers, let's see each other again on Monday. The football is back, and we're super glad that you guys were able to join us this week. And let's see each other again on Monday. Van Roy.
Sure. Yeah, Nia. Football doesn't sleep, my friend. It just reloads. Hey, it reloads. We've been waiting for all of the big leagues to come back. It's finally back, and we want to see drama. We want to see action. And yeah, we need to argue. Meet us again here, guys, on Monday. Let's argue.
The mood engineer ever failed.
I still buffering.
Since my network doesn't work, just gonna do signs, man. Since my network is dead.